Hey there, Tumblr people. This is the Spoiler Batgirl, and this is my 300 follower video, which is now like 328 people, I think. Which is really awesome because I've never gotten past like 260 until I started getting promoted by a bunch of people. Some of them being Steph's, which was really cool. I got a handful, well, more than a handful of questions, thanks to FuckDC, I'm So a Robin. She's really awesome, by the way. You should go follow her. Her Tim's really awkward and cute and stuff, and she does a great Tim. She also has a female Tim blog, which is The Third Burdette. You should follow that one too. Okay. There's a good lot of questions from her. So, I'm just gonna start somewhere. Okay. What are your top 5 OTPs? And what are your top 5 OTPs? Top 5 OTPs, counting the ones that involve Steph. Definitely Tim Steph. That's my number one. Forever and ever. Ship that. Forever. I like Steph and Jason together for some odd reason. I just think they'd make an interesting couple. I ship Super Bats like there's no other. Dark Forest Knight and Eva Birdmore playing. I like them together. Wait, did I get that wrong? I think I might have got that wrong. But either way, Dark Forest Knight, you should follow her. Well, him, her. It's a her that's controlling Bruce. But yeah. Let's see. That was 2. No, 3. I like Super Martian. My friend Ray made me ship that because she's so obsessed with it and stuff. And I like Jade and Roy together. Yeah, I can't help it. I ship it. My top 7 fandoms. That's a lot of fandoms. Obviously Batman, because I'm wearing my Batman for President t-shirt. Not that you can really tell. I do Sherlock, Doctor Who, Avengers, I'm not really that avid in a lot of fandoms now that I think about it. Oh, Supernatural. Smallville. And the Spartacus series. Don't know if you've ever watched it, but it's a little bit gory if you don't like gore. My favorite color is purple. Like this shade of purple. That's a bunny. Where do socks belong? Socks belong on your feet, or on your hands, or on your floor, or in your washer or dryer. Sometimes in Narnia if they eat them. Have you ever made waffles because of your Steph muse? Yes, when I first started role-playing as Steph and just stayed on her like constantly, that was when I started craving waffles like big time. I made them with chocolate chips in them. I tried putting some fruit in them and on them and whipped cream and chocolate syrup and peanut butter. Basically, the combination that Steph loves has become the combination that I've enjoyed. What's one thing that Steph and Steve have in common aside from physical similarities? Steve, if you don't know, is my gender bent Stephanie blog. It's The Knight in Purple, I think. Yeah. And what those two have in common other than physical similarities would be their love for waffles and their love for their Tims. Steve's being Tiffany and Steph's being Tim. But yeah. I guess they just like the awkward personalities. What's one unusual headcanon you have for Steph? I don't know if you could call it unusual, but I have a headcanon where if Steph is home alone, she will dance around the house in like a t-shirt and underwear to Britney Spears music or the Pussycat Dolls, occasionally Spice Girls, anything fun that you can just dance around to. If Mun and Muse swapped places for a day, what would each do in the other's life? If I swapped places with Stephanie for a day, I'd probably be the most challenged Batgirl ever. And because Stephanie is challenged by gravity, I'm challenged by gravity even more. Me and gravity are not friends on any means, on any plane. Flat surface, rugged surface, any kind of surface, chances are I have tripped over nothing on said surface. Stephanie would probably hate my life because she would just be a boring person that stayed on the computer all day and do homework because all my schooling is online and stuff, so she'd just be attached to my computer as much as I am. What was my major inspiration for playing Steph? Well, it started out on Solia Online, which is where I roleplayed before I started roleplaying on Tumblr. And, let's see. I thought it was before I even realized that Stephanie existed, because I was in this kind of hangout place on Solia, and it was a Batcave RP group. It was a casual RP, and I just made the blonde Batgirl from Batman. I want to say it was Batman and Robin or Batman Forever. One of those old Batman movies. And they were like, I think it's Stephanie. And I was like, who's Stephanie? So I had to go and Google her and look her up and stuff. And I did a little bit of research on Stephanie. I was like, oh, this is a character I could really relate to. So then I ended up getting all the comics that she's a part of and reading her entire run as Batgirl. And most of her run is spoiler. I'm not totally done with spoiler, and I haven't even touched the Robin portion. Because there's a lot of comics, and I'm kind of a slow reader, plus I have to do schoolwork and stuff, so I get distracted, especially by Tumblr. But the inspiration behind her was just, I liked her character, and apparently I do a good one, considering I have 328 followers at the current moment. But yeah, me and Stephanie just have a lot in common. I like waffles, she likes waffles. We're both challenged by gravity, and we both tend to attract awkward men. What's one thing you always wanted to RP that you've never had the chance to? I have always wanted to RP with a Bruce and do like younger Robin Stephanie. I don't know why, but I've always wanted to do that. And I have yet to find a Bruce that will do that with me, and it's kind of depressing. But, it's whatever and stuff, and yeah. What's one of your favorite RPs to date? That's a hard one, because I've had a lot of favorite RPs. But I think I'm gonna have to go with the RP that I did with, at the time, was called Pretty Birdie, and now he's Gotham's Crimson Wonder. You should follow him. His name's Jacob. Well, the Mun's name is Jacob. He's a really cute, awkward Tim. And it was Tim got gender bent, and Stephanie kind of took him all over town and got him some cute frilly stuff, and the date ended up, well, Stephanie basically made Tim her little Barbie doll and dressed her up and stuff. It was really fun, And the whole time, Jacob was talking to me on Skype, objecting to everything Stephanie was having Tiffany do. And it was kind of entertaining to me, I guess. What's on your current comics pool list, or if you don't have one, what do you wish was/what would be if you had one? I don't have a comic pool list because in my town, the comic book store, if you're female and you walk in there, you're gonna get all kinds of weird looks, and most of them are checking you out looks. And the people that work the counter are all nerdy guys, and they will hit on you very strongly, and they will make you feel very awkward, especially if you're not interested. And so I just stopped going there because of that, and I started getting my comics online. And I've downloaded some of Tim's run as Robin and Red Robin, and I basically read anything that involves the Bat family, and I also read Birds of Prey and Catwoman because I like them, and I don't think I've downloaded anything else that isn't Bat fam related. No, I didn't. Let's see. Do you have an OTP playlist? No, but I am working on it. It's just a matter of time until I find the time to put it together. Is there a certain playlist you listen to get into an RPing frame of mind? The music on Stephanie's on my blog. That music that automatically plays when you get on it, that's what I listen to while I'm RPing as Stephanie, because, you know, it's happy and stuff. What are Mun and Muse's favorite books? I enjoy the Harry Potter series probably more than I should. I've been reading the Guardians of Childhood series lately. Let's see. My favorite books of all time, though, are the Artemis Fowl series. That's the first series that I ever got into, and I just loved it. The plot is pretty decent, considering it's a children's book series. Actually, it's more for, like, tweens, but, yeah. It's good. I'd have to say Stephanie's favorite books are probably Harry Potter, too. I don't know, I could see her probably getting into Artemis Fowl, but I don't know. I haven't thought about her really reading much of anything, because I feel like Stephanie probably just goes out and gets Superman comics and reads those, but I'm not sure if they have, you know, comics of other heroes in the comic book world, since, you know, they could go out and say hey to the other heroes. But yeah, I didn't really think about that. Do you think you'd get along with Steph? I think I would get along famously with Steph. Because, like I said before, we have a lot in common. And she'd probably talk my ear off more than I'd talk hers off. And, yeah, I just think we'd get along great. We'd probably go find some guys to harass and make feel awkward. Or probably go watch some movies, eat waffles, compare our skills at Grace. Who knows? We could play Wii together. That'd be fun. And that's all my questions that I've gone through. Okay. So, time to start promoting people. Even though I've kind of been promoting people throughout this. And this has been a lot shorter than I thought it would be. People you should follow because they're awesome. My Tims. They are awesome. There is Fuck DC, I'm So Robin. Gotham's Crimson Wonder. I recently collected a new Robin called Always Red Robin. She's awesome. Then there's Detective Bird, which I just recently started RPing with also, but I don't think I can count them as my Tim just yet, but they are a Tim, and I've read through their roleplays and they're pretty awesome. And they also liked the thing that I told people to like so I could promo them. So yeah. But yeah, those are 4 Tims that you should follow because they're Tim and they're awesome. They all play Tim differently, but Fuck DC, I Am So Robin plays Tim really awkwardly, but in a good way. Cause well, Pickles is just awesome in general, but it's hard to explain her take on Tim, but it's just, you should just follow her because she needs more followers. She's at 265 right now, she just said in her follower appreciation video that I watched, but you should help her bump that up because it's Tim. Why not? Gotham's Crimson Wonder. He was my very first Tim that I ever roleplayed with. Jacob is the one's name. He's a cool dude. He's awkward just like Tim. Like, I swear the first time I talked to him, I thought I was talking to Tim Drake. But he's a good guy. You should follow him because he always complains that he doesn't get enough people roleplaying with him, but he isn't assertive enough to go out and, you know, find roleplays. So you should roleplay with him because of that. And Always Red Robin, also a good Tim, a little more assertive than the before mentioned Tims, but at the same time still has that Tim Drake awkwardness. And Detective Bird is a good Tim. When I was getting harassed by an Anon that had lots of awkward sexual questions for Stephanie, he actually chimed in and commented on some of them, and we got a few funny RPs out of it. But you should go follow those 4 Tims, and you should follow the Lady Bat, or Miss Lady Bat, because Omni's awesome, and she's really good at what she does. I love the fact that when Stephanie was contemplating was signing up with Slade on April Fool's Day as an April Fool's joke, that Miss Lady Bat actually came to try to talk Steph out of it, even though Steph knew she was just doing it as a joke. And it was funny because Miss Lady Bat was like, well, that's cake on my face, kind of, and but yeah, you should follow her, and you should follow Red Outlaw, who I am promoting because he liked my thing. He's a Jason Todd RPer, if that wasn't obvious. And I've just recently started RPing with him, but from what I can tell, he has a pretty decent handle on Jason, and they seem nice. They've been taking advantage of my high-class hooker, Magic Anon. You should also follow, see, that was like 6 people, so I had promo 10, got 4 people left. People should follow a lot of people, but follow Slade Wilson Deathstroke. That's a good Slade. I'm sorry that I pulled an April Fool's Day prank on you with Stephanie, but yeah. It just had to happen. It's one of those things. You should probably go follow all the people on Tumblr, just kidding. Well, sort of. But you should follow Wendy on Wheels. She plays Wendy, Proxy. She's really awesome. She RPs with me sometimes on my Little Steph account, which is I Want to Be Batgirl. She's a 7-year-old Steph. Really cute. You should follow Outlaw Starfire because it's Starfire. And I feel like she has a great handle on Starfire. And she's really really awesome at what she does. I like to read her RPs even though we never RP. And you should follow Sassy Sandsmark because it's a Cassie. And even though we just started RPing like maybe 3 days ago, Cassie and Steph have gotten along famously, and they're plotting to have like an all blonde female vigilante club where they can watch movies and stuff together. I don't even remember how many people there's been. But I'm also going to promo the Kinky Anon because he's interesting. He's a very interesting character. You may not be into kinky stuff, but you should still RP with him because I think his character is extremely interesting in the way that he like tries to persuade people to come to his side. I mean, he bribed Stephanie with Oreos and tea. Where else are you going to find someone like that? I think that's everyone that I planned on promoting, but I'm not totally positive, so I'm going to look through my followers for a moment and see if that's everyone that I planned on promoting or not. Oh, Steph will spoil you. You should follow her. She's a good Steph. And the mun is very nice. I feel like it's good faith for Stephs to promo other Stephs. And, you know, it's nice because of, you know, there's no animosity between Stephs. It's the best way to put it, I guess. You should follow Little Todd because Little Todd is adorable and it's a tiny Jason Todd. And I love how Maddie plays Little Todd. That's just me though. The Dark Robin. Damian Wayne RP'd. Follow the Dark Robin, also the same mun as Always Red Robin. But that particular Damian and my stuff have an interesting chemistry together because of their relentless teasing each other. Like, Stephanie's the one that gave him the sex talk because no one else would. And she was even kind enough to demonstrate with a banana and a condom. It scarred him for life. It was awesome. And recently they've been text messaging each other and she's blackmailed him saying that she was going to find out who his boyfriend was and tell them that Damian slept with a little stuffed kitty without knowing that Damian actually did, and he fell into that trap. And she also scarred him by saying that Tim being bisexual makes things more interesting in the bedroom. Gotham's Poison. A gender-bent Poison Ivy you should follow because he's a very interesting character and I feel like he has a great grip on his character for, you know, a Poison Ivy that's trying to seduce people. You should also follow some other people that I'm trying to find. the Fanged Knight. You should follow the Fanged Knight because it's a vampire Bruce Wayne. And the Mun is extremely nice, and she's a nice person. I like how she plays her vampire Bruce Wayne. I've promoted more than 10 people. I'm sorry. I just feel like I need to promote a lot of people. I apologize, Robert, if I'm butcher the name, but Hayabusa Gotham City or Hayabasa Gotham City, something I don't know how to pronounce, but he's an OC, and he's a good OC. Like, he's not Gary Stewish, and he tries to help the Batman and stuff, but Batman doesn't really like him. I don't know if that relationship's improved any since I kind of came back to Steph, but yeah, you should follow him. He's a cool character, and he gets along with a lot of people, and he's just a great RPer in person in general. And you should follow my good friend, Miss Martian Invasion. It's my friend Ray. You should follow her, because she's a good Miss Martian, and she needs more people to RP with, and she's a nice person, and her Miss Martian is really good. And that's everyone that I'm going to promo. And that's all for this video. Thanks for watching it if you do. And if you don't, that's okay too. I love you all, my beautiful followers, and I'll see you whenever I see you, if you RP with me. Peace out.